What can a leader do when two parties are at cross purposes with each other and don't want to listen to each other? Should the leader intervene, mediate? This is Dr. Anita Bandyopadhyay from Cafe HR. I'm a facilitator, leadership coach, and a talent management professional. Think of a weekly leadership team meeting. The finance head proposes some tight measures to control outstanding payments. She proposes a policy of stopping shipments if the outstanding payment amount touches a particular level. The sales head gets angry and says, "If you have decided, why don't you run sales?" The finance head, in a rude and aggressive tone, says, "Anyways, because you don't know how to do business, our company is in this kind of trouble." The heated exchange of hurtful accusations and personal insults continue. What do you think the leader should do in this scenario? Keep quiet and wait for them to cool down? Or should the leader try and resolve the conflict? Very often, I come across leaders who think that such conflicts are normal, everyone is a professional, and it will get resolved on its own. In reality, unresolved conflicts linger on in the conscious and often subconscious minds of people. They seek sweet revenge. Nonviolent communication by Marshall Rosenberg as a mediation tool in this type of scenario is perhaps one very useful yet understated skill. Friends, nonviolent communication helps to awaken compassion in both parties and also creates ease around the process of working towards enabling everyone to have their needs met. When there are trust issues in the team, NVC is a very helpful and effective tool. Conflict, as we know, is based upon a paradigm that when someone does something wrong, justice has to be done and the guilty must be punished. If this does not get fixed in time, the parties start thinking of revenge very, very soon. Instead of a superficial sorry and a forceful fake forgiveness, using NVC to resolve conflict is perhaps far more effective. It makes leaders attract others. The NVC process really helps connect with each other's needs, and this it does through a series of steps that the NVC process recommends. It starts with creating a platform for honest expression of ideas, of honest expression of needs, aspirations, and interests. And while there is an honest expression, there is also the need to encourage the people involved to listen to each other regardless of how the other person is expressing them. At this kind of a meeting, the leaders need to listen to both parties with empathy. And this is important because the leaders must not take sides yet. And therefore, the leader establishes connection between all the parties by drawing attention to feelings and needs. This awakening of the need to make a difference to the other person helps the people being compassionate with each other. It is at this juncture that you can understand the cause of the conflict and brainstorm the solution to the problem, a solution that helps meet the needs of both the parties. NVC leads to true win win solutions. It is a combination of a way of thinking, a way of communicating, and a way to use the power we have in a particular way. Nonviolent communication helps leaders build soft power that so well complements the hard power that leaders already have. This is Dr. Anita Bandyopadhyay from Cafe HR. Today is my last video in the series on successful leadership. It was great to have you as an audience. We'll be back soon with some exciting new videos on another aspect of leadership. Thank you. Stay safe. Stay healthy.